Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Monday. Hope you all had a nice weekend.
How about you?
Yeah.
You celebrated an anniversary?
Yes, we did.
That's very nice.
18.
Wow, good for you guys. No, that's great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So, anyway, weather was great.
Yes.
And that has changed.
Yes, it has changed.
Yeah, I just heard Dave Caulfield in our ear saying, well, it's nasty out here.
The air you can wear, as he likes to say.
We'll get to that in just a minute, but first, in a few hours, we'll find out who the president picks to serve on the nation's highest court, who remains on the short list of contenders, plus an expert on the Supreme Court from the UW joins us in studio to discuss tonight's announcement.
It's a site that is typically associated with the holidays, but the Salvation Army is bringing back the Red Kettles this summer, and they could use your help with their Red Kettle campaign.
And you know the saying, if these walls could talk, well, this Wisconsin father hopes these walls will find a cure. The purpose this new home is providing to kids with cancer.
Oh, that's very nice. We'll also tell you how you can help us with the community baby shower.
Starts today.
This hour. It starts today, runs all week.
Let's take a look outside. And summer is here, that's for sure. I'm not sure what we're looking at here, but some grass or something. Turning a little less humid. Dave Caulfield in the backyard, not the case as we speak.
Yeah, not right now, unfortunately, Mark and Susan. I got used to the low humidity over the weekend, and I told myself I shouldn't do that. But it's just so hard, folks, when it's so nice out. Today, we definitely noticed that humidity on the rise, and it's pretty high right now as you step outside. Visible cloud track showing a cold front that will rescue us from that heat and humidity. Not too hot outside, but it definitely could be a little bit cooler. And that front will come through this evening and help us out as we head into Tuesday. Doppler track showing not too much in the way of rain associated with this front, although a couple of sprinkles and showers possible this evening into tonight. Downtown Madison, we're not seeing any of that, although a few more clouds have moved in on the Edgewater Skycam. 86 degrees right now, a west-southwest wind at 9 miles per hour. That dew point up into the upper 60s again. Darn. Temperatures right now are in the 80s. We actually have seen a few 90s in Lone Rock, Janesville, and Boscobel. 86 in Madison, 87 in Monroe, and 88 in Platteville. Dew points in the upper 60s and low 70s closer to southwestern Wisconsin. And those dew points will stay put for the next couple of hours, but we can definitely see that change from 24 hours ago, about 10 to, in some spots, close to 15 degrees more humid compared to this time yesterday. So it does feel like 89 in Madison, feels like 96 in Lone Rock and 98 in Boscobel. But changes are coming in a positive direction as we head into Tuesday. It will feel better after that front goes through. A live look in Madison, the WIC TV Skycam showing those temperatures falling through the 80s into the 70s by the time we get to later tonight under partly cloudy skies. And remember, a few raindrops can't be ruled out. Let's take a look at your first alert traffic update. Rimrock Road and the Beltline not looking too bad at the present time. Dane County, no major accidents or incidents to report. Zooming in, we can start to see those slowdowns piling up on the Beltline. Closer to Seminole Highway, though, things are looking pretty good, but past Park Street and closer to John Nolan Drive, we're seeing those yellows and reds pop up on our traffic map. Stoughton Road to the interstate, not looking too bad. Verona Road to John Nolan, that's a little bit slow right now at 6 minutes, an average speed of around 40 miles per hour. Some other routes, Middleton to Sauk City westbound, 16 minutes with an average speed of around 60 miles per hour, so that's looking good. And that's your first alert traffic. We'll talk about this dip in humidity, and it's definitely needed, plus when storm chances return to the forecast in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
Yeah, we could use some rain, surprisingly.
Oh,
Yeah, after so much rain over the past couple of months, it's hard to believe, but that is the case.
All right, we'll check back in a few minutes. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave. First at 4, President Trump is just hours away from announcing who he will nominate to sit on the Supreme Court. The president tweeted this morning, "I have long heard the most important decision a president can make is the selection of a Supreme Court justice. Will be announced tonight at 9, which of course is 8 p.m. our time. The decision is down to 4 contenders: appeals court judges Amy Coney Barrett, Thomas Hardiman, Brett Kavanaugh, and Raymond Ketledge. But things could change.
Well, the only thing predictable about the president is he can be unpredictable. I'm just saying it wouldn't surprise me. I wouldn't faint or anything if the president came up with a nominee who wasn't on the so-called Gang of 4.
We already know that President Trump's nominee will be prepared to overturn the precedents of Roe v. Wade.
The White House is preparing for a tough confirmation battle no matter who the president ultimately decides to choose. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has told the president Hardeman and Ketledge may be the easiest to confirm. CBS News will have live coverage of the announcement tonight at 8 o'clock.
The Trump administration is appealing to a federal judge for more time to reunite young immigrant children with their parents. The government has been using DNA testing to verify family connections, but it says it needs more time to meet Tuesday's deadline. Last month, a court ordered the government to reunite 102 children under the age of 5 with their families by tomorrow. The government is on track to reunify almost all of those children, but more time will be needed in some cases.
It's a fiasco. It's quite embarrassing, and it's something that shouldn't happen in the United States.
The government faces a second deadline on July 26th to reunite all older children with their families.
It was another day of progress at the flooded cave in Thailand. If all goes well, there's a chance all 12 youth soccer players and their coach will be rescued by tomorrow. 4 more boys were brought to safety today. Dive teams are now resting for the night and expected to resume work tomorrow. Officials say it may take another 24 to 48 hours to get everybody out, but the elaborate rescue has gone better and faster than expected.
A Wisconsin prosecutor will not file charges against 3 high school students who gave their classmates brownies laced with a male enhancement supplement. 3 Clinton high school students made brownies secretly laced with Erexin, a male enhancement herb. They gave the brownies to their classmates as a senior prank in May. The brownies made 5 students sick. The pranksters faced felony charges, but the Rock County District Attorney says the students said they never intended to hurt their classmates and have expressed sincere regret. The biggest UW system school says that the Trump administration's call for race-blind college admissions won't change practices for them. Trump announced his plans to roll back Obama-era guidelines for universities to consider race in the admission process last week. Trump wants colleges to use race-blind admission standards, but those guidelines aren't legally binding. Meredith McGlone, a spokeswoman for UW-Madison, says the school's approach is consistent with the law. She emphasizes that the university takes into account a wide range of factors and does not admit students on race alone. Well, the Salvation Army of Dane County is looking for volunteers for its summer Red Kettle campaign.
The campaign kicks off Saturday, and more than 80% of the volunteer shifts are open. Our Rose Schmidt is here to tell us how you can help. Rose?
That's exactly right. They have a range of dates and times, so anybody who's looking for a way to give back this summer could volunteer at any of the 27 locations across Dane County. You might be used to seeing the bell ringers in the winter, but the need for donations doesn't go away when it's warm outside. That money goes towards services like the diversion program, which keeps families out of shelters.
There are a rise in the number of evictions in the summer and also less availability of food. So the Summer Kettle campaign is really important in trying to alleviate some of that hunger that especially the kids feel in the summertime.
About 82% of the shifts are open between July 14th and 28th, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Each shift brings in about $100 for programs here in Dane County. The Salvation Army says having someone at the kettle brings in a lot more support than an empty kettle and makes a huge difference in how much good the organization can do. So if you want to sign up for shifts, we have a link up on our website, channel3000.com.
It's always a great thing for kids to do. If you want to get your kids involved in volunteering, it's a great way to start.
I think they
man
really,
the kettle.
Yeah, they really like to ring that bell too.
That's true. Thank you, Rose.
Well, the Red Cross is also looking for donations. Today, the agency issued an emergency blood shortage. Donations were down last week because of the holiday. Red Cross officials say there were 15,000 fewer donations given than needed. Type O blood donations are the most needed since this is the first to be depleted from hospital shelves during a shortage. Well, today is a big day for an Evansville family as they start work on a big project they hope will save lives.
Their past fundraising efforts are already making a difference in cancer research. Our Madeline O'Neill is in the newsroom with the details. Maddie?
Susan and Mark, you may remember Harlow Phillips, a 4-year-old girl with neuroblastoma, a type of cancer. In March, we told you how her family held a princess ball to raise more than $90,000 for research. Well, Harlow's dad, Andy, is a contractor, and now the family, with the help of the community, is building a house in Evansville using mostly donated materials and labor. They're planning to sell it and give that money, an estimated $200,000, to an organization called Beat NB, which is looking for a neuroblastoma cure.
It basically takes parents and friends and families and communities to step up, which Evansville has clearly done that above and beyond. And we're just hoping that the next kid that gets diagnosed with this has a better chance than we were given.
Harlow's dad expects the house will be built in about 9 months. The lot was purchased at a discounted rate, but the family is fundraising to cover the costs. And $50,000 of the money Harlow's family and the Evansville community raised earlier this year has gone to fund a new clinical trial at UW Health for kids with neuroblastoma who aren't responding to initial treatment. It's the first in humans trial using a certain type of immunotherapy treatment in the world.
Oh, Harlow is so sweet.
I know.
Wish the whole family the very best. Maddie, thank you so much.
Well, coming up, health-conscious shoppers rejoice.
Some grocery stores are now offering a free personal shopping service to help you make better choices. We'll have that story when Live at 4 continues.
Well, with everything grocery stores have to offer, it can be overwhelming to make healthy choices.
Which is why many supermarkets are helping customers by walking them through the aisles. Some chains are now offering a registered dietitian to help you make healthy choices. The dietitians give tips for reading nutrition labels, and they help people plan meals.
We'll do a one-on-one consultation. We can sit down for a little bit, and then we walk the store and we show them products.
A lot of shoppers are also, dealing with chronic medical conditions that diet and nutrition can really play an important role in helping resolve or prevent.
It's a really good idea. The costs for the dietitian services depend on which store you go to. Some chains offer the service free of charge.
Starbucks is doing away with plastic straws. Company executives say by 2020, Starbucks will only use straws made from biodegradable materials. Plastic straws are considered an environmental threat to oceans, causing harm to wildlife. Starbucks' move comes days after the city of Seattle banned plastic drinking straws and utensils. Fort Myers, Florida has a similar ban, and New York City and San Francisco are considering proposals. Stocks enjoyed a triple-digit rally on Wall Street as financial stocks surged. The Dow Industrials up 320 points, closing at 24,776. The Nasdaq Composite Index gained 67, and the S&P 500 added 24.
The only chance you've got is both of you. Ant-Man and the Wasp teaming up.
Follow my lead.
Hold on. You gave her wings and blasters. So I take it you didn't have that tech available for me? No, I did. She seems...
That was a clip from Ant-Man and the Wasp, one of the newest movies to fly into theaters.
It is the 20th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Can you believe that?
20!
Is this one worth seeing? Here to let us know what he thinks is our film critic, Will Loper. It is hard to believe, 20.
I know. I hope you guys have done your research and watched them all, but here we are. So it may not be the best Marvel movie to date, but there's still plenty of shrinking and growing fun to be had with this superhero film. So Paul Rudd, he returns as the Ant-Man, the hero who can shrink to the size of an ant or other sizes with the push of a button on his special suit. Michael Douglas is also back as the inventor of that suit, who's looking for his missing wife, played by Michelle Pfeiffer, who went missing many years ago when she shrunk down so tiny she got lost in the quantum realm. This is a good lesson to us all not to mess around in the quantum realm. So Evangeline Lilly plays his daughter, the Wasp of the title, who can shrink as well as fly. Now, the movie is basically one long chase scene back and forth on who can get a machine that transports people into the quantum realm. The movie's most fun when it involves shrinking and growing shenanigans. It's always fun and inventive seeing what regular objects look like super big. But there's also a lot of explanation that bog this movie down, explaining what the quantum realm, how to get there, why this character wants it, etc., etc. So it's not the best, as I said before. It's not better than the first Ant-Man. I still think the first Ant-Man is better, but it's still a fun ride that will more than justify movie ticket to go and see it.
But you had to see the previous Ant films to understand what's going on here.
Yeah, this one I found that there are 3 movies you need to see before seeing this one to sort of understand why characters are upset at each other, their relationships. So you have to see the first Ant-Man, Captain America's Civil War, and Avengers Infinity War.
And the Wasp is not a new character in this one? She was in the first movie?
Yeah, so Evangeline Lilly, she was in the first one, but she hadn't yet gotten her suit. We saw sort of in the credits, her suit was unveiled, but she didn't get to put it on until this movie, so...
Big cast, though.
Michael
Great
Douglas.
cast. Oh, my gosh. He plays just a grumpy old man, and he is hilarious in the movie.
Yeah, it looks like some fun lines, too, as well.
Yeah, and Paul Rudd's comedic timing, he makes it worth it.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
All right, so what's the rating?
I guess 3.5 Hello Kitty Pez dispensers, one of the items that grows very large.
The Pez dispenser and the salt shaker. Look out.
So that's a pretty good rating.
That's good, yes.
And you are busy next week.
I'm making another movie for the 48-hour film project, so I won't be here.
So it's a Madison thing where you guys have 48 hours.
Yep.
From here's the idea. We need a movie.
And you're given a genre,
yeah,
right?
we all the teams pull genres out of a hat, and yeah, until Sunday night, you have 2 days to write, shoot, edit, make it.
Sounds like
Incredible.
I can't wait.
All right, well, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you then.
Good luck. Thank you, Will.
And there's more to come at 4. It's a royal baptism.
He is the 5th in line to the British throne, and today, 11-week-old Prince Louis is christened. We'll take you to the ceremony coming up after Dave's forecast.
It's the
Well, take a look at this. It's a stubborn snowball that just won't quit. Yes, it's mid-July, but in Appleton, in this parking garage, it might as well be February. A small pile of snow tucked away in a shady, cool spot is doing its best to survive the summer heat. Summer temperatures appear to be no match for this winter wonderland, but one man who parks in the garage every day thinks this snow hanger-oner is on its last legs.
Looks pretty gross.
Yeah. You know, you see those huge piles like in the shopping mall parking lots, of just black.
It's inspiring, though.
It is.
For sure.
All right.
It is Monday, July 9th. Today is National Don't Put All of Your Eggs in One Omelet Day.
It's also National No Bra Day, not endorsed by Victoria's Secret.
And start your week off with something sweet, sweeter than No Bra Day. It is National Sugar Cookie Day. Second only to chocolate chips, sugar cookies don't last long around the house. It's believed sugar cookies made their debut in the mid-1700s in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. I've been to Nazareth, Pennsylvania.
Oh.
There's actually a Bethlehem very close to there.
That's true, yes, that's very true.
And have cookies there?
You know, I never tried them, so that's the joke's on me, but at least I'll get them now.
There you
go, help yourself.
These are good.
Yeah, I think I like these better than chocolate chip. but I would say oatmeal raisins #1.
I agree.
I know I have
Because they're
my...
healthier for you, right?
Oh, of course. So much healthier.
Yeah.
Just keep telling yourself that.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy, on Saturday I turned the AC off. It was so nice.
Yeah,
Get
I
a little-
took a break from the AC too this weekend.
Not today.
Not today. No,
Yeah.
no. We
Back
had that.
on.
Yeah. Maybe some sugar cookies can help make the weather sweeter as well. Although things are improving as we head into Tuesday thanks to a cold front. We'll have details on that, plus talk about when storm chances return in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
I love
Good afternoon. I hope you're having a great Monday so far. Here is a look at the weather pattern that we are dealing with. This weekend was absolutely fantastic with low humidity, lots of sunshine, and temperatures not too warm. However, we've noticed some changes over the past 12 hours or so. The warm and humid weather across much of the Midwest, although a cold front is coming into town. We'll sweep some of this humidity out for Tuesday, and also high pressure as well. So I won't cry, I won't shed a tear, just as long as this high pressure system stands by me. Benny King, thank you so much. Doppler track right now showing a couple of showers and storms trying to break out along that cold front that is moving southward. I think a lot of that rain and thunderstorm activity is going to stay well north of our area, although a couple of raindrops and maybe a rumble of thunder possible this evening. We could use actually a little bit of rain, believe it or not, with all the rain that we received in May and in June and just to start July. But we've really only had one real day of rain in July so far. So we're about 1 inch of rain behind schedule for this time of year. Dew points, we definitely notice those. As you step outside today, we are back into the upper 60s and low 70s across portions of Iowa into southern Minnesota. Look at this change, about 10 to, in some spots, close to 15 degrees more humid compared to this time on Sunday. High temperatures so far, 87 in Madison. We made it to 90 in Milwaukee, 88 in Rockford, 89 In La Crosse, and 88 as well. In Dubuque, a little bit closer to home, we have reached 90 in Lone Rock, Mineral Point, and Boscobel. Janesville as well, 87 in Madison, 89 the high so far in the Dells. And that's basically where temperatures are right now. 91 in Watoma, 85 in Watertown, and 86 in Monroe. Dew points across our area, pretty similar. Upper 60s, low 70s, not where we want to be. We want this weekend's weather back, right? Where dew points were in the 40s and 50s. That's what we want. Unfortunately, we won't get it tonight necessarily, but tomorrow it will feel a little bit better outside. It does feel like the upper 80s and mid 90s in spots like in Lone Rock and Boscobel. Our July temperatures, we've been about 2 degrees on average warmer than we should be so far in July, but over the last couple of days, it's actually felt pretty nice outside and quite a bit below where we should be. So as far as hottest summers go, we're not exactly close to maybe making the top 10 list of hottest summers. The most recent really hot summer was 2012, where we hit the second hottest summer all time across Madison. But we're about at 71 degrees so far. A lot of the summer left to go, so we'll see where we end by the time we get to the next month and a half. Speaking of hottest summers, Donna Summer. High temperature trend over the next week or so. We are looking at temperatures really staying in the mid 80s overall, but heat index values are going to start to go up again in the mid to, in some spots, upper 90s by the time we get to the next week. Our time lapse in Platteville showing lots of nice weather, a nice sunrise as well. Maybe a little bit more hazy conditions coming back with us. And that's what we're seeing right now in Platteville and the Queen Bee Radio Skycam. Maybe a few more clouds over the last couple of hours. Future track showing this cold front coming through tonight into tomorrow. High pressure replaces that. So we have nice weather on the way for Tuesday. That warm weather kind of retreats just a little bit. Temperatures will be right about the mid 80s over the next couple of days, but the humidity goes down. That's the important thing. However, on Wednesday, it starts to build back in again. Tonight, partly cloudy and mild with maybe an evening thunderstorm, especially in spots to the north. 85 for tomorrow, still very warm, but not as humid. So we'll notice maybe, just maybe, a few raindrops come our way tonight. But tomorrow, I think will be dry. Temperatures making it into the mid 80s, some clouds here and there. Then as we head into Wednesday, temperatures do start to warm up once again. Partly sunny skies, maybe even mostly sunny in most spots, and temperatures in the mid 80s. So as we head into the 7-day forecast, we can see things really staying pretty consistent in the 80s. Our storm chances start to come back as we head into this weekend. There'll be slight storm chances, but storm chances nonetheless. And we could use a little bit of that rain over the next couple of days. That would be nice. Temperatures near 90 for this weekend. What else is new? And feels like temperatures in the mid to upper 90s.
Hot stuff.
Yes.
Summer in the city. Oh. You want to keep going?
Yeah, no, I will be here all day.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Prince William and Kate's third child, Prince Louis, was baptized today in a small private ceremony in central London.
Tina Krause has more on the royal christening.
Proud grandparents Prince Charles and Duchess Camilla led the way, and the Cambridge family of 5 followed. Older brother Prince George and big sister Princess Charlotte ready to celebrate the baptism of their little brother, Prince Louis. The 11-week-old prince slept in his mother Kate's arms as the Archbishop of Canterbury, who performed the christening, greeted the Duke and Duchess. Royal fans celebrated the baptism outside St. James's Palace. No TV cameras were allowed in the chapel for the 40-minute service, which included a mix of hymns and lessons from the Bible. Little Louis, who is 5th in line to the British throne, was dressed in the same frilly cream gown that his older siblings wore at their baptisms. It's a replica of the intricate lace and satin dress made for Queen Victoria's eldest daughter in 1841. Keeping with tradition, the tiny prince was splashed with water from the River Jordan. Uncle Prince Harry and wife Meghan were among the guests for the small family affair. Harry reportedly gave his nephew a rare first edition Winnie the Pooh book worth more than $10,000. His late mother, Princess Diana, loved the classics and always read him bedtime stories. Prince William and Kate have chosen 6 godparents for Prince Louis, a mix of childhood friends and relatives. Tina Krause, CBS News, London.
That little girl is so priceless, isn't she? She is so cute. Prince Louis is Queen Elizabeth's 7th great-grandchild. The 92-year-old queen and her husband, Prince Philip, were not at today's baptism.
Palace officials say their absence was planned. There are no health concerns here. Her Majesty has a busy week ahead, including a visit from President Trump Friday at her Windsor Castle home.
That's exciting. They do everything right over there, don't they?
6 grandparents or godparents?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Pomp and circumstance. Well, while we're on the topic of babies, there's a chance for you to help out this week for some expectant moms and their soon-to-be babies.
It's time again for the News 3 Community Baby Shower. We'll find out what's new this year and how you can help when Live at 4 continues. Live look at downtown Madison from our Edgewater Skycat. Some clouds moving into the area, but no rain as of right now. From the moment you find out a new baby is coming into your life, the race is on to get ready.
Boy, babies are small, but they need a lot of stuff, and expenses can add up very quickly. You can help families in our community get off to the best possible start by participating in our community baby shower. News 3 is partnering with Project Babies to collect donated baby items, and Jean Erickson joins us today. Hi, Jean.
Hi,
Good
Jean,
to
welcome.
see you.
Good afternoon.
Tell us a little bit about, for people who aren't familiar with the community baby shower, how this works and what kinds of donations you're looking for.
Oh, certainly. So the Community Baby Shower Donation Drive collects the baby essentials from bibs to blankets to boppy pillows, anything you can think of baby, and donations are then given to us at Today Not Tomorrow Project Babies, and we distribute them through our 5 baby closets that we have out throughout the viewing area. And then this drive will help support our fall community baby shower, which is scheduled for in November.
And I understand there's some new areas this year that you're concentrating on?
Yes, one of the things that we've added to the donation drive this year are lactation supplies, so breastfeeding support supplies like milk storage bags, nursing pads. These are going to be shared with our two collaborative partners, the African American Breastfeeding Alliance and Harambee Village.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I understand you're also supplying wipes and diapers, I think, to an area organization?
Absolutely. So one of the baby closets of the 5 that we have is located at the Beacon Day Resource Center for those families experiencing homelessness. And since October, when it opened, Project Babies has been supplying all of the baby and toddler needs for those families, from diapers, wipes, sippy cups, clothing, strollers, anything and everything those families might need to help them as they get through that experience.
Do you see the need increasing in southern Wisconsin?
Oh, Mark, absolutely. The numbers have gone up so much. We've noticed even an increase just within the last 3 months. The numbers have climbed. But Project Babies has been in existence since 2006, and Betty Banks and I were just talking about the changes that we've seen, and definitely an increased need.
Well, it is such a joyous experience. You don't think about how expensive babies are. Even just diapers, you go through so many of them, and the costs really add up. So this is making a huge difference, right?
It really does. And to be able to provide, even if it's a small packets of diapers, that's one less thing that the family has to make a decision about. Should we buy some more food, or do we put diapers on the babies? This helps alleviate the stress, and we know that taking away the stress of the moms and the caregivers, the dads, whoever that might be, helps make a better atmosphere and environment for the little ones and reduces the stress for them, which is going to make better birth outcomes.
Absolutely.
Which is what we are all after.
All that stuff there, that's just for one baby. It's pretty amazing.
Exactly.
And Jean, if you can,
and this is just a small part.
If you want to go out and buy stuff and drop it off, you take a cash donation as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we do have a link on our Facebook page, and I believe you have it up on your website for donations that go directly to Project Babies.
Yeah, we absolutely do. It's quite a need out there, and yeah, the costs add up really quickly.
Crazy.
Well,
Jean, thank you so much. Great to see you.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to talk about what we do and for sponsoring the baby drive for us.
It's our pleasure. You're welcome. We are accepting donations of new and gently used baby items that will be collected by Project Babies, given away to expectant moms at the Community Baby Shower in October.
The Community Baby Shower starts today. It runs through Friday, and you can drop off donations at Viridian Homes or at any Associated Physicians office from 9 to 5.
You'll feel great afterwards.
Yes, you will.
And we'll be right back.
Good afternoon. Here is your first alert traffic update, taking a live look at the Beltline and Rimrock Road. We are seeing a little bit of slow go in the eastbound direction. Westbound is looking pretty good. Here's a look at Dane County. No major accidents or incidents to report, but we are seeing that normal slowdown on the Beltline, especially in the eastbound direction. Average speed of about 20 to 30 miles per hour. So here are your drive times. Verona Road to John Nolan, that's 10 minutes right now. Average speed right around 25 miles per hour. And in the other direction, westbound from John Nolan to Verona Road, that's a little bit slow as well, with an average speed around 35 miles per hour. And that is your first alert traffic update.
Thank you, Dave. Little baby River cannot contain her excitement as she sees her reflection for the first time. The toddler is thrilled about the baby she's seeing in the mirror and even leaning in for a little bit of a closer look. That is one cute baby, she was probably saying to herself.
That is
That's
precious.
very sweet. President Trump is set to announce his next choice to sit on the Supreme Court tonight.
The president will make the announcement at 8 o'clock tonight, our time. The decision is likely to come down to one of four people. Ryan Owens is a professor of political science at UW-Madison and an expert on the Supreme Court. Welcome back.
Ryan. Good to see you.
Thanks to see you. Do we expect any surprises tonight? I think everyone's reporting it's narrowed down to four people.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, everything that I've seen has it narrowed down to these four folks, and probably to about three. From what I've heard, Ray Kethledge has sort of fallen out of that top ranking. Right now, it sounds as though it's between Brett Kavanaugh and Judge Tom Hardiman. And in fact, I just saw on Twitter that Kavanaugh was seen in a motorcade with 4 Secret Service agents headed towards D.C. area,
wow.
So it could be him. We don't know for sure.
Now, why do you think it's likely those two? Would those two be easier to confirm than the other two?
So Mitch McConnell has told the president that Kavanaugh would be easy to confirm and that Hardiman would be easy to confirm. And I think probably Kethledge as well. It sounds as though Amy Coney Barrett might not be quite as easy to get through. But, you know, she has a lot that appeals to the Trump base as well, so he may want to go in that direction. I mean, politically, I think that would be a fantastic choice for him, but he may be concerned about getting this nominee through.
And it's going to be a fight.
Yeah, it's going to be a fight.
The Democrats are still licking their wounds over Mitch McConnell's failure to work on Obama's appointment.
That's right. I mean, this is a symptom of a broader problem. I don't think it stems just from the McConnell thing, but yeah, it'll be a fight. There's no question about it. You know, I think groups have already been lined up, no matter who the nominee is, to come out and say this stuff. It's just crazy, right? I mean, you kind of want to know a little bit about the nominee before you come out in opposition, but, you know, we're in an age where we know everything. Yeah, exactly.
Are there differences, stark differences between the top four, or do they have a lot of similarities?
I think they'll all be fairly conservative judges. The question is methodology. I mean, some of them are going to be more textualist than others. You know, Sam Alito on the court is a conservative, but he's not a textualist. He doesn't believe in looking to what the framers of the Constitution meant when they wrote the Constitution, whereas somebody like Justice Thomas or former Justice Scalia did. That's what they believed in. So, you know, Judge Kavanaugh is not a dyed-in-the-wool originalist, a textualist like Scalia was, but he is nevertheless a conservative judge. And then some of the others are more or less on that scale as well. So there are some minor differences.
You say textualist, that means reading the Constitution word for word?
No, what it means is you give it the interpretation that those who crafted it had in mind when they crafted it,
so
rather than you imposing your own beliefs on what you think that language means.
All attention on Roe versus Wade, the abortion bill. Do you think that's in trouble no matter who he picks here?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, my sense is if you look at Chief Justice Roberts and some of the other conservatives on the court right now, they seem to be motivated, at least as far as I can tell, by things like affirmative action and religious liberties. I think we're likely to see an impact there. I don't think that Roe versus Wade is going to be something they're going to target right off the bat. I'm fairly skeptical that it's going to get the attention that the groups on the left and the right are talking about right now.
Why do you think that is?
It's just, you know, it's an issue that conservatives have been irritated with for a long time because jurisprudentially they think it was just a terrible decision by Blackmun on methodological grounds. He just created it out of the Constitution without finding a textual basis for it. But having said that, I mean, it's been precedent for a number of years. Chief Justice Roberts believes strongly in the institution of the court, the legitimacy of the court. I think he would have to see some very firm data maybe to suggest that that the public is comfortable with this, that the court could escape the political ramifications of it. I'm just not sure that that's there right now. At any rate, he has priorities, and I don't see Roe versus Wade as being among the top 3 for him.
Interesting. Well, I guess we'll find out tonight who he selects.
Will.
And it's not an automatic confirmation. I mean, this is the new Supreme Court justice.
Yeah, that's right. There are a couple of Republicans who may waver a little bit. Susan Collins, we've talked about her from Maine. She's a pro-choice Republican, so she's going to be very important to keep an eye on. But there are some red state Democrats who are going to be forced into an issue here. Do they vote for this nominee? Do they not vote for the nominee? I think President Trump is in a really advantageous political position right now. And so, he has the advantage. And I would say, I think that the baby River, who was she was waiting for this selection. That's why she was so excited.
That's right. She can't wait. Yeah. 8 o'clock tonight. Tune in.
Ryan, great to see you.
Yeah,
we'll
likewise.
see you soon.
Thanks.
Right back with the final check of your forecast. Boy, it's kind of muggy out.
Yes. For the first time in a couple of days, that muggy air has returned, but it will be gone by tomorrow. You could start to see a little bit of a semblance of some showers along that cold front that's dropping south, but won't be here this evening, so we're going to have to suffer through some muggy air. 89 in Madison, that's what it feels like. 93 in Mineral Point, 96 in Lone Rock. Our day planner for tomorrow. Temperatures starting off in the 60s, and we'll make it into the mid-80s with plenty of sunshine, but less humidity tomorrow. It does start to creep back on Wednesday.
Makes a difference, really.
You'd think it's the middle of July.
What would make you think that?
I don't know. All right, Dave, thank you.
Dave.
Tomorrow here on Live at 4, author Jerry Apps joins us to talk about his new novel, Cold as Thunder. It is a huge departure for Jerry.
Interesting. We always like to see Jerry, and Consumer Reports will show us how to safely take your dog on your summer road trip, Mark.
There you go.
Safety is the key.
Lock him in.
That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
Wow.